Hey everybody, it's your buddy's pal Anthony. Today, I have the boss with me, and we are talking Deadpool and Wolverine. Spoilers ahead. Steve, hit that intro, please. All right, folks, so Deadpool and Wolverine is in the theaters. It's at least 5 days since it's come out by the time this airs, so spoilers ahead. Stop watching if you're not ready. Boss is ready. He's got to take a big chug.
Oh yeah.
Get that hydration.
Well, I guess why don't we say like briefly spoiler free if you liked it or didn't like it.
Okay, and since this is technically my show, after you, sir.
So yeah, in case you hung out and you are, you just want to see our initial thought, spoiler free. Movie's great. A lot of fan service. It's pure fan service. At this point, the internet has probably spoiled a lot of it for you, so we're gonna try our best to make it till next Monday. But great movie, a lot of fun, fan service for you old guys and gals, and as per usual, the plot, the Marvel plot issues are pretty standard. So that's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, and I'll add. Well, first of all, screw you, because we're both some of those old guys you were talking about a second ago, and yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. The action's great. The plot, I've seen it twice. I don't care that the plot is lacking a little
Mhm.
bit here and there, and I loved it. I mean, I was saying in our group, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters repeatedly since Winter Soldier, and I think I saw that three times, probably stopping at two for Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, it was that good. I went Thursday and this past Sunday, saw it again right away. Uh, it's a lot of fun, like you said, a lot of fan service. The action's great. I know I said that. The costumes look good. Holy shit! I mean, this isn't a spoiler. It's in the damn trailers. Holy shit! We finally got the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
It looks great, and if this is the end, I think that was a really cool thing to finally work into Hugh Jackman's Logan. Because let's face it, they're not going to not have a Wolverine in some way, shape, or form in whatever the mutant saga is going forward. So for Hugh Jackman, if this is really the end, at least he's finally properly suited up. So, all right. So now that the spoiler-free version is out of the way, really this time, hit pause, go watch the movie, come back because really from this point on, spoilers galore. Steve, after you. Spoilers thoughts.
Yeah. Spoiler spoiler thoughts. Like I said, great movie. I think the Charles Xavier sister villain was like cool. Like we've not seen that before. I know of the character Cassandra, right? Was that her name? I think. Or,
Cassandra Cain, I
yeah.
think. I had no knowledge of her.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I knew of her, the umbilical cord strangling thing. I knew that was a plot thread. But I thought overall she didn't serve a purpose, and I thought that the way they beat her at the end didn't really make sense because she was in herself a connection between the positive and negative of the thing. So those two things aside, fun. I loved it. Hugh Jackman killed it for me. I thought his reasoning for uh, being disheveled and sad was lacking, but I was like, whatever. But as I said in the group chat, I got teary eyed at the end of the movie when they were playing the clips of the Fox universe stuff because it was
Yeah.
just like that's all we had growing up, which is why I said old guys. It's all we had. So seeing that chapter officially closing, I think uh, it was bittersweet,
Maybe.
and I hope they don't go back to that because I just thought it was a perfect ending.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like I said, I personally think they should have left Cassandra in the wasteland that in
Mm,
The Void. No,
Yeah.
wait. Yeah, The Void. So this whole movie, the bulk of the movie takes place in the Void that you first get introduced to towards the end of season one of Loki. So
Right.
that's where this is happening. And yeah, I think she should have stayed there. I think how they kind of wrapped it up with her there. She's happy in the Void, and it's actually kind of a nice. I don't know the word that I'm looking for here, but it's a nice. It's like it's nice. It's symmetry because all of Fox and all these characters ended up in the trash anyway. Ended up in the Void. So I mean, I know it's literal, but just leave everything there, and then the only two things you've really wanted to take from the Fox universe, you're bringing back. I don't think Cassandra needed to come in the third act. I think the TVA guy, Paradox, I think he was
Hmm.
plenty because they didn't even have. Yes, there was another third act fight. It was Deadpool and Wolverine versus the Deadpool Corps, and that was okay. I honestly, they could have skipped that maybe or shortened it or I don't know, and then just had the Paradox guy say, well, you can't. It doesn't matter if you kill me. You can't stop the machine unless you do this. And she didn't need to be involved. She
Yeah.
pointless.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, and then my favorite thing from the whole. I mean, the whole movie is my favorite thing. I didn't like Sal hated the length of the intro. I didn't mind the intro fight and all that. It's probably never going to happen again, but I hope it does somewhere down the line. The Calvarine, Henry Cavill cameo as the only. They screwed up. This is one. This is something I'll criticize. He is the only non-Hugh Jackman variant of
The
Wolverine
movie.
that we
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
They missed so many opportunities. They could
Yeah.
have had like Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Had, people have done that mashup. Have him be a variant. Maybe I don't know what the guy looks like. I don't know who he is anyway anymore. I think he's the main bad guy from Mission Impossible 2. Was supposed to be Wolverine, but he got hurt on Mission Impossible, so he couldn't do it or something like that.
Hmm.
Have him come back. They missed an opportunity just to have
Yeah.
your wildest fan casting rumors come back and do a quick thing.
Hmm.
But I mean, there's probably more on the cutting room floor because what we had Patch, Cavill, Crucified, and it was Age of
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, technically five with the Wolverine that's in it throughout the whole movie. But
And you
yeah.
had Planet Hulk, Wolverine. You had
Oh yeah. Okay. So six. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Hulk
yeah, and that suit
Hulk
was good.
versus Wolverine.
The Hulk versus Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, the brown and yellow. That was another
Yeah.
good suit too. So
Yeah.
they can definitely do colors going forward on this guy.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, and then I just like it felt like a good Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
That I liked it overall. Like it kind of felt like a swan song. Honestly, it felt like they finally got he finally got his other X-Man cameo in the movie, and everybody's like, "Oh, the MCU's back, Deadpool's back," and
Yeah.
even then, maybe not. Maybe this might be them riding off into the sunset on a high note. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Yeah.
so I really like that's. I know that's more than one. I'm sorry, but that's what I liked about this movie. Naturally, I went off, but
So my number one like in the movie, I think, and this is gonna sound silly, it was actually Deadpool. And the reason I say that is I am so like over Ryan Reynolds. Like I feel like Ryan Reynolds just being Ryan Reynolds in every movie. I'm like I've been done with it. I think he's a cool dude. I have no ill will towards the man. I'm a fan of everything he's accomplished. But I'm like, God damn it! Like you're Deadpool and everything, and it's annoying. And
yeah,
but in this movie, he found a way to like kind of own that in a way. Like even when Wolverine goes off on him, I'm like, yeah, I've wanted to go off like that on Ryan Reynolds. So I'm like, you're just fucking annoying. Like you're just annoying.
yeah,
And I feel like he understood that and wrote, they wrote that into the movie. So actually, it's silly to say, but the fact that I liked Deadpool that much in this movie made me like the movie. And I didn't think I was going to like him in it. I thought he was going to be one of the weaker points of the whole movie. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I will say I was nervous in the credits because there were like, including Reynolds and the director, a total of five guys. I think given writing, there were a total of five guys, including Ryan Reynolds and the director, that were given credit for writing this thing. So I
Mm,
was like, oh, I don't know how that made me. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they knocked it out of the park. It
Yeah.
was terrific movie. So, what's your big dislike coming out of the movie or sitting with the movie, whatever?
Yeah. Like I mentioned in the beginning, the you know, Cassandra, I thought she was kind of unnecessary, but I think the big dislike in this movie is the standard Marvel writing of they just can't find a way to like write a good villain and close it in a good way. Like it's either the villain turns good or they kill the villain. So I felt like it was so on brand for Marvel to have a villain that you didn't really need, and then at the end you end up just killing her off anyway. So to me, that the biggest dislike is Marvel.
Mm.
It just pulled the
And
Marvel.
that's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, Marvel gonna Marvel, man.
Marvel gonna Marvel. What about
Uh,
you?
for me, there's a major one and a minor one. The minor one is I really liked his supporting cast, and I understand it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mm,
They're only going to be in it for 5 minutes, but like, uh, I can never say her name right, so I'll just say the character name: Vanessa, Negasonic
mm,
Teenage Warhead. Yukio, Bill Pender, all of them. I get it. They're only in there for a few minutes at the beginning and the end. I get why, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like at least one of them should have had something more to do, but they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
Uh, and then the major dislike I have, the major issue I should say, more than a dislike, is just that they didn't really fold. They didn't really end anything technically. They didn't fold. They didn't prune the timeline. They didn't port all those guys over to the 616 universe. Their Marvel is just obviously it's the multiversal saga, and they're continuing that. But it's just like, what the hell was the point? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's like, so is he? That's why I said maybe they're gonna finish it, maybe not. Like maybe
Right.
they're just gonna leave him in his own thing and then eventually do a recast or something like that. But that was my main gripe. It's somehow, some way they didn't like cohesively without. I mean, they should have just destroyed the world. They should have failed and ended up in 616 or something. So they should have done something to end up in 616. I don't know. Like their anchor being was already dead, but they saved the timeline, and then they should still have had to jump over for whatever reason. Like, okay, well, listen, you saved your timeline. There's actually some other shit going on over here, so Avengers Assemble, let's go, or something.
Mm,
I don't know, but that's my main thing. And then, yeah, and
yeah.
I mean, it's like going forward from here. Personally, I think they're gonna like the joke. I love the joke that they make in the movie. Like Deadpool turns to Wolverine's like, Feige's gonna make you do this till you're 90,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh Jesus, yeah. Uh, I personally think we don't see them again until Secret Wars, and then after Secret Wars, I think there's gonna be. I think even Marvel is like, yeah, all right, maybe the multiverse was a better idea than actually explored. I hate to say it, I think we're heading towards some sort of a reboot, and after that, then everybody is in the one world. Because even, jumping off for a quick second, they say Fantastic Four is not in the 616 universe. Well, what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
you know, the whole
Yeah.
point is you own all the toys now. Screw it, just figure it out. Get them on the sacred timeline because they still call it that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my guess for going forward. They're done until Secret Wars, and then they're really done.
Mm,
Same way, like Toby and Andrew will be really done after that because there's speculation that they're the Spider-Men of that. So
mm.
that's my guess.
I think going forward, I so I pulled up the numbers just to see how it's doing, and
You and your Excel sheets.
oh yeah, always. It's estimated already to be almost 100 million in the black, like profitable. So
Hmm.
I don't think Marvel's going to let them not do anything. That's the problem. So
Yeah,
story
that too.
wise, I think it is like done. I feel like where we are, like leave it alone. They saved, in a way, they saved the Marvel Fox universe in this movie.
Hmm.
So put them on ice until Secret Wars, multiversal shit again. But it's making so much money. So I don't see that. So I think they do bring him back in the next 2 years. You did right, the Secret Wars or whatever the new
So
one is
it's
2026.
is that yeah, and that wait, Doomsday is first, right? So is that 26, and then Secret Wars is 28?
Something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think by 26 they're back.
Maybe maybe they'll get them to do cameos. That's easy enough if
Yeah.
it makes sense somehow. But then it's just like again, it's like why are they're jumping universes? Why are you specifically going to that guy? There has to be somebody's telling you, "Hey, go get Deadpool and Wolverine," and other guys are gonna be like, "What?"
Uh,
You know?
Literally everything you just said, we can swap out Deadpool and Wolverine for Robert Downey. Like, why are we going back to this guy? Like,
Yeah,
so that's the reason why I think they'll bring him back. Is because they're just like they made money, whether it makes sense or it doesn't make sense. We're just gonna go to the well. You know.
yeah. I mean, personally, I would have. I think they should have made Daphne Keene and the Wolverine on 616 somehow because she wanted
She's
to do
great.
it so bad.
Yeah.
She was great. Another minor gripe. Sorry, I feel like during the big fight at the end when everybody was attacking Cassandra's guys, she had some stuff, but like I feel like they focus more on Elektra and Gambit
Hmm.
and Blade, and I feel like she only got like a couple of little
Yeah.
cool things to do in that, which was, I mean, I get it. We saw her do cool shit all throughout Logan, but you brought it back. Why not give her more cool stuff to do?
Yeah.
So
I wonder how the writer's strike affected the movie because I know they kept filming for a while despite the strike. They just didn't do any more revisions to the storyline. So I'm
yeah,
wondering, you know, I mean, I guess we'll never know, but I'm wondering what effect it had. Like, was stuff added in afterwards because there's more time? Were things rushed and they're like, oh, like for example, I'm not saying this is true, but for example, let's say they wanted Ben Affleck to do uh, Daredevil. I almost said Deadpool. Let's say they wanted him in because of the strike. Was he like, nah, I'm not going to do it? So they didn't bring him in, but he was going to be in. Like, those are the kinds of things I would love to know.
yeah. Maybe one day we'll get some sort of a documentary about it.
Yeah.
That would have been cool to see him back. It was. I mean, I thank God I stayed away. It was so hard. Like I saw the final trailer after the movie because I wanted to see how much they gave away. I can't believe they gave away Daphne Keene coming back.
Yeah.
Like what the hell, guys? Like
Yeah.
stop it. I'm glad I didn't watch it. I had no idea Chris Evans was coming back,
Yeah. Nobody did.
and
Yeah.
like no, and then like I felt like the minute he started to, like I feel like he wasn't even trying. I feel like he was letting his Boston come out a little bit more too.
Yeah. He was.
Maybe
Yeah.
you can,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was cool. And then like I don't know, the minute I saw him, I was like, nah, he's not Cap
That's what
because it wouldn't have
exactly.
made sense.
Yeah.
They're throwing it's all the Fox quote unquote
Yeah.
garbage. So of
Yeah.
course it's him. So,
Yeah.
or him as the Human Torch. So that was pretty cool. And also, I thought he was out right away, like him falling from the sky. And the comical like
Yeah.
how he landed and then fell. I was like, oh, he broke his neck. And
Yeah. I
then
thought
when
he
he
was
was
dead.
alive in the next scene, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
that
what I
was
thought.
weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I was talking to Dave about it, and I was like, oh no, right away I knew it was Johnny Storm. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make no sense to be Cap for what's happening in this story. So
Yeah.
that was great.
So that was really cool. Yeah, that was great that he came back. It was great that they all came back. I was shocked as shit to see Wesley Snipes walk into the room, and again, all
Spoiled
the
for me.
fourth wall breaking. Oh, no, who spoiled it?
Um, that one I think was Jennifer Garner on Instagram.
Ah,
Yeah.
damn. Well, yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah,
well, I'll say she spoiled herself being in the movie, and Channing Tatum. No, that was spoiled by Entertainment Weekly. Wesley Snipes also, after I saw that, he spoiled himself being in the movie. So I was just like, why are we doing this? Why are we
yeah.
doing this?
It again, Daphne Keene was kind of spoiled for me being in the movie
Yep.
because somewhere I saw like really quickly, I saw the still of her where she looks back at
Yeah.
Logan when he's getting wrecked, and then next, of course, the next thing you know, that's in the friggin' feed,
Yeah.
and then like I saw she posted the Laura in the costume and from one of the comics,
Yeah.
and I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I still like that was the only thing that was kind of, and even that I pushed myself to be like, she's just a
Yeah.
fan of Hugh Jackman. She's just
Yeah.
promoting. Like
Yeah.
I did my best, so I kind of expected her, but the other ones were all the other cameos. I'm happy to say were a complete shock to me. So
Well, they
it's hard,
cannot
but it
do
can
this
be
going
done.
forward. They cannot do going forward where you invite cameos to Comic Con to promote something that isn't out yet, because that's what fucked it up. Is
Yeah,
Garner, Snipes, Channing Tatum, her, they all came out on stage at Comic Con because they surprised everybody by showing them the movie early. They went to
yeah,
see the presentation. They're like, "Psych, we're showing you the movie," and then all those people came out after the fact. So it was bound to be like released. People are
yeah.
going to find out.
It oh, yeah, and especially with a situation like that. In general, it would be hard, but
Yeah,
I mean, I think the last time I really didn't have a movie spoiled for me might have been Logan, the where X-24 is a younger clone of Logan. When I think I said that in the chat too. When when the DH Hugh Jackman is on screen, I was like, wait, what the fuck's happening? I had no idea this was coming. I was
mm.
shocked.
Yeah, I didn't know it was coming.
So that might be the last time. But yeah. So I mean, that's our thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Do we stand?
Uh,
These days later, do we stand on our score? I think it was a 4, I believe.
yeah. No,
Yeah, 4.
I think it still deserves a 4 for like I say the big issue with me, the not folding it in and the other stuff I talked about. I think a 4 out of 5 is fair, you know,
Yeah,
and especially in considering the other stuff I didn't mention, like you did, the plot, the recurring plot problem. A little thing like plot should, drop it down a point from perfection, I guess. But
better or
it's still,
worse than the
I mean,
Flash?
man, you in that movie,
I'm gonna watch
is
it
Ezra
again. I'm
Miller?
gonna, because you guys like dog on me for that. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Jesus. Is Ezra Miller in your house? Are you okay? Blink 3 times if you're, uh-oh. All right, I'm on the way. Text me your address. I'm on the way.
Yeah,
I'll pick Sal up. He's closer actually, so he'll probably beat me
technically
there.
he's
But
closer.
yeah, oh man. But yeah, no, yeah, better than the Flash. Better. This is what the Flash kind of should have been. Obviously, not as much fourth wall breaking, but
Right,
whatever. We
right.
can't. We don't have time for that. But yeah, no, I stay with the 4 out of 5. You?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I don't think
Well,
in good conscience I can give it a higher score as much as I want to.
yeah, and I mean, it doesn't deserve lower. Like
No,
Sal was saying 3,
yeah, no,
but I don't. He mentioned I don't think it had pacing issues. I love the opening fight. And really, let's really my really last thought. The way they incorporated Logan into it using the skeleton, that was hilarious. I love that. I was dying.
yeah.
So that whole thing was great. But yeah, but so you're back. We're back. You have you're back to you already did nerdy coffee, and then anything coming up for anything special you're looking to unbox or talk to on Hey
Yeah.
Archer Live?
Well, HeyArcher live on Thursday, 8:15ish p.m. But I have 3 unboxings to do. It could easily be 5, but I'm gonna keep it to 3. I have 2 vehicles, actually 3 vehicles. I have 2 Bat vehicles and 1 Ghost Rider. So I was gonna do unboxings of each one, but I've been watching a lot of this YouTuber Toy Gains, and
Hmm.
he does more of a discussion on things. And I feel like that's what I want to do. I want to just like talk about the 3 of these things versus like each one individually in its own video. So, and I have thoughts about the toy industry as a whole. So I'm probably going to drop that video if I can next week.
Nice, very nice, and a whole lot of photography to come, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You shot how many photos?
Uh, Even with me deleting photos along the way, I came home to like 1500, something like that.
So that's why his eyes are also twitching, folks. The screen blindness is kicking in.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Nice. And then I have a bunch of comic reviews that are still coming down. We're wrapping up all this craziness with the Zur-En-Arrh personality in Batman. Thank God. And then also I have I'm editing it tomorrow. I actually have I got some stuff, some toy stuff that I had ordered, and also some I guess some updates to an old toy that I finally got back. So that'll be coming out maybe next week, depending on when you want to release it. It's so nice that he's back, folks, because now I don't have to worry about scheduling releases, what list and playlist and hashtags, and I was really bad about doing that anyway. So it's just nice to have the boss back.
There you go. I'm glad you held it down.
Not as well as you, but I did my best. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like the boss said, we have 2 live shows every week. Mondays is Nerdy Coffee. Thursdays is HeyArcher Live. Head over to the website, nerdaffiliated.com, and be sure to get yourself or a loved one the gift of some sweet, sweet Nerd Affiliated merch. Steve, play us out of here, please.